Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Indiana. We're currently in the city of Gary. Today we're going to be doing a driving tour of West Downtown Gary, Indiana. Let's pull over. There's a lot of traffic behind me. I want you guys to see this sign right here. It's 56 degrees outside right now, and we're approaching a sign that says Home of the World Famous Jackson 5, located at 2300 Jackson Street. And unfortunately, they defaced it a little bit. They tagged up on it. There's a couple tag ups right below 2300 Jackson Street. But we're going to go take a look at Michael Jackson's childhood boy home, the home where he was born and raised until, I believe, when he grew up, they relocated to the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. So we're going to make this right-hand turn. I'm going to allow this vehicle to turn in and pass us, just because I don't want to be rushed. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. We're about 2 minutes away from his childhood home. We got Lake Shore Funeral Services on my right-hand side. We're approaching Washington Street. We're currently at the intersection of 23rd Ave and Washington Street. I see Israel CME Church on our sharp left-hand side. We're going to continue moving forward. We got empty lots on my right, empty lots on my left. There's a $100 reward information leading to dumping. Yo, they give you a reward if you if you rat out people who dumping. They give you a $100 reward. That's the first city I've ever seen give that type of incentive. Yo, look at that child running into the street. Oh, all right. The father went right after him. I was about to say, like, yo, there's a little kid. I don't know if y'all can see him. He got slapped in the hand. I guess the father wasn't happy with his child running into the street. We're at 23rd and Adams, but I agree. You know, you got to make sure that your kid don't ever do that again. All right, we're at 300 West Jefferson, 23rd and Jefferson. I'm going to stop right here, complete stop. The house on my left looked like it was well kept. Had some nice green shutters, white property with vinyl siding. There's empty lots on our right. And on our left, we got some waste bins, property of the city of Gary. We're at 23rd Ave in Madison. Let's continue moving forward. Now, on the highway, wow, no dumping, $2,500 fine. New Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church on our left. Now, on the way over here, when you're crossing over from Chicago, Illinois, there's a sign. Upon entering Indiana, you'll see a sign on the highway that says you're X amount of miles away from the Jackson 5's home. So we're passing 23rd and Monroe. Now make note that they still own the home to this day. Yup, the Jackson 5 still own that home, guys. Wow, this is it right here. They own their home and they own the home right next to it. Oh, snap. And not only do they own it, look at this is 2300 Jackson. Yo, look at, and the intersection is Jackson Family Boulevard. That's dope, y'all. It's a one-way. Look at this, some people out there taking pictures. Check that out. And they make sure it was fenced in properly. You peep game, right? I'm gonna bust a reverse. We're gonna bust a reverse move, trick move real quick. Up, down, left, right, square, circle, circle, circle. Triangle, square, 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 circle, 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 circle. I just bust a reverse for y'all so that y'all can get a chance to at least see it. Get a better view. Wow, check it out. Look at their property. So they own both properties. Now, just to give you a little contrast, I'm going to reverse a little bit more. The house right next to their other property, it looks boarded up. This one right here is boarded. It doesn't look like it's in the best shape, but the ones that they own, you see how they got this black fence? It's like a 6-foot fence surrounding their property. So this is where Michael Jackson grew up at, guys. That's incredible. This is where, and the reason why I say it's incredible is because I grew up listening to his music when I was a youngster, you know? I think many of you guys, you know, all walks of life, you know, all genders, all ages, all ethnicities. At one time in your life, you heard his music. And I was influenced by his music when I was a youngster. He always had the best cinematic music videos. His dancing was amazing, you know, for the era that he was out. Let me take a picture. I'm going to take a picture real quick. took a picture. Now I'm gonna point my vehicle directly to the front of his house so we can get a better look at it. I'm just gonna allow this vehicle behind me to pass us. Wow, so they named the street that he's from Jackson Family Boulevard. That's dope. Alright, so the car just passed us. Now I'm gonna point the vehicle straight to the front of their house. Wow, look at that. And there's a little boy out front. You see the little statue? There's a little statue right out front with a little boy playing with a little girl. I don't know if that's supposed to signify like maybe Jackson and Janet or something. I don't know, but they had way too many kids for that to signify just one set of kids. Yo, that's crazy, right? Wow, this is the Jackson 5 house. So this is where little Jackson was raised, and that's where he started his musical career probably, because I know he started at a very young age. That's incredible, guys. There was a bunch of graffiti on that pole too. Let me point the vehicle over here so y'all can see the side of the house. And it's interesting because they made sure that their house was gated. They got like those, you know, when you have a business and you roll down the gates to your business and nobody breaks in, and they got cameras all around. I see it. Yo, they got cameras around that bad boy. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because I promise you, not only like thieves, but there's probably fans that would love to break in and take something. Look at, there's a guy over there taking photos. What is he taking a photo of? Doesn't seem like he's taking a photo. Oh, he's taking a selfie. Yeah, bro, I see you. Oh, I gotta go around the block and get a picture of the sign. I forgot the picture of the sign. Let me go around the block. Thank you, my man, for taking a selfie. You reminded me that I needed a picture of the sign. Should we go through this alley, through the suspect alley? Whatever, let's go through this alley. Yeah, he was one of the, to my knowledge, one of the most selling, even after death, even after he passed. Look at that cat on my right. Meow, 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 meow. Just told him to subscribe and turn on his notification bell. But even after he passed away, to my knowledge, he was one of the highest selling musicians. He made Sony, because he was under, I believe, Sony Entertainment, made him, if I'm correct, if I got the mathematics correct, is it 800 million? Over $800 million. And that was, I think I heard that number 10 years ago. So I won't be surprised if he made more, you know what I mean? Through royalties and everything. But you know, his fan base was huge. So that's why I said, that's why it's fenced off, because if it's not for the scrappers, the people who's gonna, you know, try to ransack the place to just get metal, there's people that would probably love to break in, and if they see a bureau, they'll take the bureau and say, oh, this is Michael Jackson's bureau, and put it on eBay. You know what I mean? Or they'll probably go to like his bedroom and take the sheets. I'm sure the house is probably empty. The house is probably empty. You know what I mean? It's probably empty because it's like, imagine if there's stuff still in it. Then again, I saw the flower pot outside. In my head, I'm thinking, yo, that's the Jackson family flower pot. I need it. When the camera cuts, I'm going to take that back to Philadelphia. Say no. I didn't think about all that, but look at this. There's a church here, New Mount Olive Missionary Church. Wonder if he went to that when he was a kid. You know what I mean? Wow. So I'm going to take a picture of the Jackson signage. There was some sign out front that said Jackson and Jackson Boulevard, or Jackson Family Boulevard, or whatever. I'm going to pull up right here and take a picture of it. Try to take a picture of the house. Boom, boom. I took another picture of that. Boom, boom. And now I'm going to come here and take a picture of the pole. You see this pole right here? Take a picture of the pole. Oh, man, I should have, like, reversed a little bit better. It has a bunch of, like, graffiti on it, y'all. I guess people went with, like, a marker.
Hey, my man, you drove this all the way from Pennsylvania?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Have a blessed day, man. Yeah, let me reverse because there's cars coming behind us, cars on the left of us. I don't want to hold traffic up. Oh, there goes the Gary police. I'm sure the police are familiar with this intersection and people coming here, tourists. Let me try it one more time. trying to get a good picture. I'm gonna allow this car to pass this. Go ahead, sir. You're more than welcome to go. I'm sure everybody is used to this in this neighborhood. Boom. This is tough. Let me capture a video for the Toon B chilling behind the scenes vlog. Hey, what's good, y'all? We out here at the Jackson 5 home here in Gary, Indiana. Not only do they still own the childhood home where Michael Jackson was raised and born, but they bought the house next door and they got it all fenced off properly. It's cool. We out here, y'all. It's dope. Behind the scenes, baby. Tour in progress. You heard? Yeah, that's me giving a little plug. Yo, that was the dude that was taking... Yo, he got California tags. Yo! That was the dude that was just taking a picture? He got California tags. Yo, that's incredible. My guy came from California just to see Michael Jackson's home. So, it looks like a nice little home, man. I mean, it's in some of the best shape versus a lot of the other homes around here. Hold on, let me see if I can make a left. Can I go behind his crib? I should have asked, did you know Michael? This is the back of the house, but y'all can't see much. Wow, I wonder if he went to the school back here. Looks like there's a school right here on my right-hand side. It's conveniently located right next to a school. Yeah, the older gentleman right there that's walking in the street, he said, "Hey, let me ask you something. You drove this all the way from Pennsylvania?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Damn." Luckily, I didn't tell him about the other 36 states that we went through with this vehicle. Like, yeah, bro. He think that we just came from PA with it. Nah, bro, we went all over the whole country. Yeah, this is state number 37. Let's make this left-hand turn. So I just want to show you guys not only his childhood home, but the neighborhood surrounding his childhood home. It gives you a little contrast, you know, especially to the fans. I know that I have probably two audiences watching right now. I have the traditional audience who watches my channel because of my virtual tours. And then I have probably some brand new viewers who are just Jackson fans who love, you know, Michael Jackson and who just want to see the video just for his home. So I think that was cool. But look it, there's abandoned homes surrounding his home. Not only was there abandoned homes on his block, right across the street from him there was abandoned homes, but look it, that's abandoned, boarded up. Somebody ripped down the plywood that's on the front door. A couple houses on my left abandoned. If you guys just caught this video and you didn't catch the downtown video, make sure you catch the downtown video because it shows a great amount of urban decay. And downtown is located minutes away from here. Yeah, Gary, Indiana downtown is 6 minutes away. So that's another perspective on what Michael saw when he was growing up. Michael was one of the only entertainers that no matter what country you went to, you said Michael Jackson, he was just as known as like the McDonald's logo. In comparison, like, you know, you can go to different, even like to my knowledge, like third world, you know, villages and stuff, because he also contributed and he played a huge role in trying to give back to the people around the world. Like when he made that one song, all I really want to say is they don't really care about us. He wasn't lying. They don't care about this little neighborhood right here. Let's make this left. Look, they got 2300 Jackson Street, a sign right here on my left that literally points you straight. So to my knowledge, oh, this is a one-way. To my knowledge, let's go around the block. This is one of their biggest tourist attractions. And I would have thought the downtown, there's a spot called Foodies, carry out, delivery and catering on our left. Let's make this left on Van Buren Street. Oh, that's Theodore Roosevelt College and Career on our right. And it looks horrible. It looks like the condition of it is it's in horrible shape. Van Buren Baptist Church over here on our left. And to my knowledge, that's one of the main drawers of why people come here. I don't see no other reason why people would probably come here. I mean, no offense to somebody who lives here. If you're watching, you live here, my bad. But there's another abandoned right here on my left. Abandoned houses galore here. I guess if you're an investor and you just got a ton of money that you just want to throw away and you feel like just playing Monopoly with it, and you want to own the first little, the little purple ones. You remember the ones when you hold on, are they purple or are they brown? I think they're brown. When you're playing Monopoly, right when you pass go, the first 2 or 3 properties that nobody ever wants, but you still got to buy them anyway, because you could come up in the world of Monopoly by buying those busted up properties. Well, in that case, if you want to invest some money just for the fun of it, hey, come here. You might get some cheap houses, because I've seen a couple dozen abandoned houses. I saw one block that had abandoned houses back to back. Look, on my right, there's abandoned house. There's another abandoned house right there on my right. Back to back to back to back to back. And this neighborhood right here actually has a lot more potential than the other ones that we went through, because the other ones that we went through, some of these look like they're in good shape. Some of these, with the exception of like one on my left, one on my right. But there are ones in the middle that it look like people are still living in them. They're probably still trying to maintain them the best they can. There's some people that they're lifelong there's another abandoned house on my right. There's people who are lifelong residents of a area that won't leave no matter what. JR Dog. Indiana tag on my left reads Junior Dog or JR Dog, however you want to pronounce it. Let's keep going straight. We'll hit Jackson's house one last time before we continue moving forward. At the beginning, we kind of broke the law. Low key broke the law. Bust the U-turn and reverse and enter the cheat code. Let's take it back to PS1. Saying no, PS2 cheat code. Look at another abandoned house on my right. Look at one abandoned house on my right. Let's count them. 2 abandoned house on my right. 3 abandoned house on my right. Let's count them because we're heading towards Michael Jackson's home. 4 abandoned house on my left. Five abandoned house, another one on my right. No tags on that caddy on my left. 5. 6 abandoned house, another one on my right. 6. All right, you ready? 6. We're at 24th and Jackson. This is the 600 block of Jackson Street, 24th. So we got 6 abandoned houses, right? 6. Let's see. Seven abandoned house, another one on my right. 7. And we're coming up to Jackson's house on the left. 8 abandoned houses on my right. Number 8 was on my right. Not 8 of them on my right, but number 8 was on my right. 8. And then 9 is literally right next to Jackson's home on my left. And number 10 is across the street from Jackson's home. So you got 10 of them within a 2-block perimeter. 10 of them. And then you got the Jackson homes on my left. Now, what's interesting is, what makes me think, what makes me ponder is, these properties across the street, right, that are in better shape than most, can they sell their home for a little bit more, just a little bit more, because they're located next to the famous Michael Jackson's childhood home? You know what I mean? Like, can that be a selling point? Like, look, I'm listing my house. My house is probably worth $45,000 or whatever. That's just, hypothetically speaking, probably worth $45,000. That's the alleyway we went through on my right to begin with. It looks like this is bleachers on my left to the field. Right? Let's say the house was originally worth 40. We're at 22nd place in Jackson. Because it's across the street from Michael's home, can you charge 75? Like another 25, 30 grand? Because you know what I mean? If that makes any sense? Like a selling point. Like a fan, maybe a wealthy fan would probably want to, look at this block right here. This block got barely any homes. Abandoned house on my left. And wow, looks like abandoned house on my right, abandoned house on my right, abandoned house on my right, abandoned house on my left, abandoned house on my right. Yo, and this block's missing tons and tons of homes. Look at another one on my right. The roof is missing. Mind blowing, guys. So as I was mentioning in the downtown tour, to my knowledge, Michael Jackson didn't have much of a childhood because he went straight to being an entertainer from the Jackson 5. When he was a kid, he was one of the lead singers, and he became the most popular one who branched off into his own, brand, right? He was the star, basically. Let's make a right. Is that a two-way? Yeah, that's a two-way. Let's make a right and then go left, because we already made a right and went right. But let's make a right and then go left. But let's say if he wasn't an entertainer and none of that happened, and he just grew up in that house like a normal teenager, this is what he would have grew up around, and it was kind of, if you think about it, it would have been a depressing childhood. Like, there's not much going on here. The city fell apart. I'm surprised the city didn't thrive because Michael was who he was. You know what I mean? Like, not only is this block a little tourist attraction, somehow, some way, the whoever runs the politics here should have made sure that this city stood thriving and you know, been a main tourist destination. You know, that's that gentleman on our right who had to reprimand his kid for running into the street. Looks like he's using what you call that, a leaf blower, to maintain his property. But yeah, you know, especially being so close to the Jackson home. You're 6 minutes from Jackson home. This whole neighborhood should be gentrified, revitalized, and popping, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. But instead, it's, I wouldn't say a wasteland, but it is kind of like the Twilight Zone. Like, where did all the houses go? Where did all the families go? We're at 23rd and Washington. Where did all the businesses go? And I understand that the history of this town had a lot to do with the steel industry. This was like a manufacturing headquarters for steel, but still, my man, like there should still be something going on here other than the little businesses I see. There's a laundry, Midtown Laundry on our right. There's a gas station. There's like, I saw like a little boutique, which all the clothes that was in the window of the boutique looked faded. Looked like that's how long they were sitting in the front window. Budget motel on my left. Looks horrible. Like, unless you love urbex exploring, which is exploring urban and abandoned buildings, or unless you're a huge fan of Michael Jackson, you don't have a genuine reason to be coming through this town. Honestly, that's what it appears, you know? And even living here, like, would you want to buy a home in this town? Would you? Like, genuinely, would you? To, like, live in? You know, investing is one thing. Like, if you want to buy them for the low, fix them up and flip them for a little bit more. But, sheesh. Connecticut. We're on 23rd Ave in Connecticut. There's abandoned homes on my left, abandoned blocks on my right. Oh my gosh, let's make this left. This looks like a no outlet, and there's no sign here that reads no outlet. There's an abandoned house on my right hidden behind all the rubble and the bushes. There's another abandoned house on my left. There was 2 abandoned houses on my right. Dang, I didn't even notice them. Yo, this is a no outlet. Yeah, this is a no outlet. I'm surprised there was no signage that said no outlet. I'm gonna make this U-turn. Oh no, it might not be. No, it is. Or is it? I can't tell. Oh, there's a little back alley back here. Oh, that's why there wasn't a... Oh no, this street is mangled. That John is gonna suck up the whole vehicle. I'm gonna make a U-turn here. So this block right here is located, you know, like 3 or so minutes away from the Jacksons. Now, what I wonder is, are there still any residents who knew Michael personally, or who knew, you know, Tito and Jermaine and Janet and the father and all of them? Like, are there still people here who have stories like, oh yeah, I remember when he used to bring them to church and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? That is incredible, guys. Ouch, potholes. Now, it's evident that many of these houses are lived in because you got the cars. You got the cars parked in front of the homes, so people are still living in the neighborhood. But I wonder, like, what do they do for employment? You know what I mean? So let's look at the crime stats for this neighborhood. Or let's just look at the crime stats for Gary, Indiana as a whole. Because there's not that many neighborhoods. I believe there's like less than 12 neighborhoods here. So Gary, Indiana, based on areavibes.com, receives an F rating for crime. Total crime is 75% above the national average. Property crime is 82% above the national average. Key findings show that violent crimes in Gary are 43% higher than the national average. Now that's a lot lower than Chicago, Illinois, because if you guys remember, and although Chicago, Illinois can be compared to this because it's a lot bigger, 2.2 million people versus 75,000 people here in Gary, Indiana. However, I remember when I was in Illinois and Chicago, them crime stats was like 453%, 773%, and so on. This is, only 43% higher than the national average. Let's make this right on 25th in Connecticut. Now let's go up one more block and then make it right. It is said that in Gary, you have a 1 in 25% chance of becoming a victim of crime. Gary is considered to be safer than 11% of the cities in the United States. Year over year, crime in Gary has not changed. Remember we were talking about employment? What's the employment situation like? So, based on areavibes.com, Gary, Indiana, there's another abandoned house on my left and on my right. Wow, 2 of them on my right. Look at this, both of them. And they don't just be traditionally abandoned. It looked like a crater, like a freaking comet from the sky landed on that building and crashed into it. Income per capita is 40. Wow, look at this on my left. I'm sorry, I keep getting blown away by the condition of these abandoned houses. I see abandoned houses in other states, but sometimes they be abandoned, they just boarded up. These look like King Kong or like Godzilla came and just stomped on the house. He did the A-Town stomp on the house. He stomped the yard. So income is 43% lower than the national average. Unemployment is up 86% above the national average. Another abandoned house on my left. We're at 26 in Connecticut. I'm going to make a right. Make a right-hand turn. Abandoned house on my right. Look at this. That is incredible. Key findings show that the median household income in Gary is lower than 48% of the national average. Male median earnings are 41% higher than female median earnings. The unemployment rate is 86% higher than the national average. The poverty level in Gary is 138% higher than the national average. I believe that one. Yeah, that's sad, guys. It's sad because it looks like this town could have had so much potential, but for whatever reason, for whatever this excuse may be, it looks like it's in very poor conditions. Yo, they got the Philly steak spot on my right. Philly steaks, burritos, chicken wings, tacos, tortas, gyros, or gyros, or whatever you want to call it. There's an Ace Hardware store. The Ace Hardware store look like it's popping. I guess there's a lot of repairs that need to be done here. There's a lot of traffic, so please bear with me. Yeah, we didn't check out the whole entire Gary, Indiana, nor did we explore the whole entire neighborhood of West Downtown or the neighborhood that Michael Jackson was from. But I just wanted to plant the seed, let you guys know that this area exists. If you would have told me, when I was a child that I was going to come and check out Michael Jackson's childhood home, I would have never believed you. It wasn't on my mind until, I started this journey and I was like, hey, that'll be a pretty cool checkpoint, pretty cool spot to check out. But it's jaw-dropping the amount of abandoned homes. Look at abandoned house on my left, 26 in Washington, abandoned on my left. And then on my right, watch this. It's a one-way, but look at that house right there is abandoned and it's boarded up. Jaw-dropping, guys. Jaw-dropping. Like, you better not walk through here, get mugged, because no matter how loud you scream, 9 times out of 10, no one's going to hear you because no one's living in these houses. And if they sell these houses, like that one on my right that's boarded up in abandoned, little tiny shack, man, $6,000. Man, $3,000. Man, I give you 50 cents. 50 cents and a hug. Say, no, I probably don't even want to hug you, man. I got 45 cents for you. Say, no, I'm kidding.